Okay, this is part 2 for Clear to Hear. On the first part, you learned that one of the first things you got to do in order to begin to be healthier on the inside is you got to make sure that there's not a lot of noise on the inside, meaning a lot of stuff from the past. And if there is, you want to begin to identify what those things are. And sometimes you may have to forgive yourself, forgive other people, release that unforgiveness or that resentment. So we talked about that. So by now you should have been journaling about what are some of those things that where you were holding on some unforgiveness towards yourself or towards other people, and releasing that resentment. So you should have journaled what that looks like in your own personal life. But then also, if you feel like you were maybe supposed to reach out to somebody and apologize or let somebody know, hey, I just want to let you know that I forgive you for what happened all those years ago, then if you feel safe and feel to do that, then that could bring a lot of healing as well. So, but in this video, we're going to talk about the second part, and that second part is about emotions. So one of the things that you want to begin identifying is the emotions that you're feeling. You see, when you forgive people, when you begin forgiving yourself, it's not a feeling. Not a feeling at all. It's a choice. It's just like love. Love is not a feeling. Love is a choice. Sometimes you don't feel like loving your spouse when they're leaving their dirty laundry and all that stuff, but you choose to love them because you made a vow. You made a commitment to your spouse and to God, right? I'm going to stay with this person for the rest of my life, right? So you don't just wake up one day and be like, you know what, today I'm not feeling it. I'm just going to divorce my wife or my husband. That's ridiculous, right? So in that same way, forgiveness is a choice. It's a choice. Years ago, something was done to me, and it was pretty messed up, man. It took me a lot for me to just say the words, I forgive her, you know? It took a lot out of me to say that. But I made a choice. I said, I forgive her. I forgive this person for what happened, for what she did. And I realized how broken that person was. And that's a reason why that person did what they did, right? So I started noticing, wait, I forgave her. Why do I still feel so negative? Why do I still feel like I hate that person? Why do I still feel this way? It's because you've associated so many negative emotions with that person, with that thing that happened, that all you have is wrong and negative emotions. So that's obviously what you're going to feel. So when you make a choice to forgive yourself, to forgive other people, to let go of resentment, you're going to begin to see that, number one, your mind is going to be clearer. You're going to begin to feel more freer than ever before. You're going to feel more, you're just going to feel better. Like all this weight is off your shoulders, you know? You're going to feel like there's more clarity in your mind, in your heart, right? So, but sometimes it's not going to feel that way. You're going to have thoughts that are going to come in, and you're going to be like, I thought I had forgiven them. You did. You made a choice. But as you continually, every day, make that choice in saying, no, identify what those thoughts are, and those thoughts are just memories. Or it's just maybe the enemy trying to put crap on your mind, right? So you identify what those thoughts are, and you simply say, I made a choice to forgive myself. I made a choice to forgive those people. I asked God to forgive me, right? When you ask God to forgive you, God forgives you and He forgets about it. 100%. He doesn't bring it up to you like, hey, remember what you did 2 years ago? No, He forgets about it. That's what the Bible says, right? In that same way, when you forgive yourself for other people, you make a choice and you leave it behind. Now, emotions may come up again. Different things are going to come up again. But as you continually make that choice, the emotions will come. When I forgave this person in the past, I noticed that as I continually mentally said, no, I've forgiven her. I've forgiven this person. I all these different things, right? I realized feelings started coming in. After a while of me doing that, I noticed I really do hope that person is doing well. I do bless them. I do hope they're feeling well, you know. I really do hope life is treating them well, you know. Why? Because I began to make new choices every day, and because of that, new emotions started coming in. So now let's talk about emotions. Well, first of all, the second thing you have to do now is in your journal, you have to start writing down what are some of the emotions that you're feeling when you are reminded of the thing that you did or the thing that was done to you, okay? Begin to notice your patterns of thinking and writing down why you feel what you feel, right? Here's the thing. Emotions are not good nor bad. Emotions are just emotions. If anybody just tells you to get over it, over something, they're stupid. They have no idea what they're talking about. Can you imagine if I go to your car and notice that the engine light is on, and then I'm like, hey man, your engine light is on. Do you want me to take out the fuse so that you don't see the little blinking light? You look at me like I'm crazy. You'd be like, bro, how am I supposed to know what's wrong with the vehicle if it doesn't tell me that there's something wrong? The reason why there's a check engine light is so that you could check the engine, right? So if you didn't have the little blinking light, you wouldn't know to check your engine, because sometimes things are not noticeable in the car, right? So that's exactly what emotions are. Emotions, it's like a check engine light. You wouldn't just take out the fuse and say, I don't want to feel that emotion. I don't want to feel that emotion. That's not how it works. You have to begin to identify why you are feeling that emotion. God gave us emotions as a gift. People have treated emotions like they're a curse. Why? Well, it's because some people are led by emotions. That's true. But we don't just want to take the whole baby out of the water. Is that how you say it? I think that's what that saying is like. But you want to begin to identify what those emotions are and backtrack a little bit and simply think, why am I feeling that emotion? Why do I feel this way when this person says this? Why do I feel this way when I remember this? Why do I feel this way when I think about that? And that's when you begin to master your emotions. That's when you begin to know and become an expert at you. People don't become an expert at themselves. If you made a choice to want to become an expert at you and to become your own coach in 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, can you imagine the quality of an individual that you would be? You would be so free. You could help anybody, right? Because you would be a master at yourself. So emotions are not good nor bad. They're just emotions. We just have to be able to understand why those emotions are there. If anybody ever tells you to get over it, okay, I was going to tell you to slap them, but don't slap them. That's not okay. That wouldn't be cool. Just let them know, hey, you have no idea what you're talking about. Okay? Now, don't be led by your emotions, meaning you can't just be feeling your emotions and not feeling it and just be like, I'm going to stay in bed all day. That's being led by your emotions. But mastering your emotions is identifying why you feel that way, backtracking and thinking, well, I was thinking about this. And then whenever I was thinking about this, it reminded me of that. And because of that, I started getting angry. And because of that, I started getting jealous. And because of that, I started feeling sad. And because of that, you would begin to know why those emotions are there. So, 2 things. Begin to identify anytime those random thoughts come up again of telling you, you haven't forgiven them. You haven't forgiven yourself. Remember what you did? Just whack that thing, because that's not you. That's the enemy. All right? And sometimes it is you, actually. Sometimes it is our own thoughts that sabotage ourselves. But you want to begin to say, no, I made a choice to forgive myself. I made a choice to forgive them, and I hope they're doing well. I hope they're doing better. And then also begin to master your emotions by identifying why you feel what you feel. I can't wait to see what you journal about, what you write about. If you have any questions, anything that stands out about this video, please write it down in the comment section. and we'll see you in the next video.